welcome to Unity of Tucson. As you may know, I'm not Felicia. She had something come up last minute, so Reverend Jonathan asked me to step in. And, I'm a ham, so I'm happy to do that. I'm not used to working with a paper, as those of you are regulars know. I usually just come up and, whatever comes out of my head, comes out. I had planned on using Jonathan's clicker, and I know he trusts me to use it, although word is that it's locked in a drawer in his file cabinet right now. So, well, actually, if I'm going to tell the truth, he took the clicker and put it in an empty pickle jar, screwed the lid on as tight as he could, then put it in the drawer and locked it. So you get me with a paper today. Anyway, so welcome to Unity of Tucson, and we're going to have our opening song is going to be done by the absolutely amazing Alex Lionheart.
Hold on to me as we go, as we hold down this unfamiliar road. And although the waves are just stringing us along, just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place yours. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. Trouble, they might track you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons, they fill you with fear. Trouble, it might track you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Well, that's good. Can we call it a day? Okay, so since I don't have a clicker today, everyone should have received a handout. If not, we have some in the lobby. Moving on, our next part of the service is we're a community that celebrates love. And raspy microphones. Okay. Okay, and Reverend Jonathan will be watching this, so this ought to be fun. Hi, Rev. Okay, so we're a community that celebrates love, but you know, that's kind of just a blanket thing, and what we really wanted to do is have some type of pathway to get there. So one of the ways we use is with our vision statement, and on your handout on the cover, you'll find a copy of our vision statement, and I'd like you to say the statement with me. We envision a world awakened to its magnificence. Well, that's great. Now, how do we get there? Again, you know, it's kind of a blanket statement. So here's something a little more concrete on how we get to that vision, and that's our mission statement, which you can also find on the cover of your handout. So if you'd repeat with me, love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. Okay. That felt good. We didn't holler, but that felt really good. So this morning, I'd like to welcome everybody who's joining us online. I know you didn't expect to see me, but I sure am grateful to see you. So thank you so much for tuning in this morning. Now also, I'm looking around. Do we have any newcomers here this morning? And if so, would you be comfortable standing up so we can identify you? Ah, here we go. So if you remain standing, we actually have a little gift bag for you. Ross is going to bring that around. And then, if you get the gift bag, you have to keep standing. I'm sorry. But the reason is the gift bag isn't the only thing that we're giving you, because we know something about you that you may not know about yourself, but it's absolutely true. Everybody ready? You are magnificent. Okay, you can sit down now. So, and as Reverend Jonathan says, the reason we know that about you is because we know that about ourselves. So I would like everyone to join me in saying, I am magnificent. Okay, so next up is the Flames of Faith. Let's see. Winnell, I believe you're up.
Good morning. So we light a candle for all the different faiths and even some unnamed ones. So that's what this ritual is. So the first candle I'm going to light is for the Tao. We light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal faith of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and the practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. And we're about to light another one. Okay. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to divine love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universal religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And we light a candle for all faith traditions unnamed in the ceremony, for any seekers who may be unaware of the power and the presence of spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are keeping open for them in our hearts. And the last candle we light is to represent the healing of any circumstance that requires divinity to be revealed. This is your candle for whatever it is in your mind and your heart that requires the light.
Thank you, Winnell. So the candle on your left is the peace candle, which we keep consistently lit to represent the illumination of peace in our hearts. As we allow this inherent peace to inform our thoughts, intentions, and actions, we create a more peaceful world for all. Let's honor this candle by reading together the prayer for peace, which will actually be inside of your handout. So if you would join with me. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins to reign in the world. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce someone I absolutely love, Mirta Nebecker.
Thank you. Good morning. Am I too loud? No, is that okay? Okay, so this morning, the reading is going to be by Charles Fillmore. The third step of the 7 steps to manifestation is imagination. It is what turns obstacles into opportunities. If you have already taken the other steps, you can picture in mind the things you desire and bring them into your manifest world. The highest and best work of imagination is the marvelous transformation that it works in character. Imagine that you're one with the principle of good, and you will become truly good. Every man who accomplishes things sees first in his mind what he wishes to do. He puts away all doubt. It makes no difference how small or how large the thing you want to do may be. If you have an unlimited confidence in your ability to do it, you will do it. Imagination gives man the ability to project himself in time and space and rise above all limitations. And now this month's affirmation, I'm going to read it first, and then after that I invite you to join me to say it a couple more times. Take it in. My mind is the fertile soil where I nurture the seeds of all my desires and watch them bloom. Let's try it together. My mind is the fertile soil where I nurture the seeds of all my desires and watch them bloom. And one more time. My mind is the fertile soil where I nurture the seeds of all my desires and watch them bloom.
Everywhere I am is holy ground, for I walk in faith. Everywhere I am is holy ground, for the power and the presence of pure spirit makes my path gentle and easy. Everywhere I am is holy ground, and I live in love. Everywhere I am is holy ground, for the power and the presence of pure spirit makes my path gentle and easy. Gentle, easy, gentle, easy. Everywhere I am is holy ground, and I stand in peace. Everywhere I am is holy ground, for the power and the presence of pure spirit makes my path gentle and easy. Gentle, easy, gentle, easy.
Let us center in prayer now. There is only one all-powerful creative life force, and I am one with this life force that I may call love, life, God. In it I am safe and all is well. This life force is eternally flowing in, through and around me, filling me with love, peace, and harmony. I experience a deeper consciousness of peace and security, for I know that I am in the embrace of a warm, loving presence, forever seeking to manifest through me. In deep gratitude, I now release this prayer to Spirit, knowing that it is already so, and so it is. Amen.
Everywhere I am is holy ground. I dance in joy. Everywhere I am is holy ground, for the power and the presence of pure spirit makes my path gentle and easy. Gentle, easy, gentle, easy. So I wanted to sing a song today in honor of Pride Month. Happy Pride, everyone. Yes. I just want to say I'm a very proud and out gay man. And the song that I'd like, yes. The song I'd like to sing is True Colors, made popular by Cyndi Lauper, but this is the Justin Timberlake Anna Kendrick version from Trolls. And I chose this song because I think it's really important for people to be their most authentic and vulnerable selves, because that's what makes them beautiful. You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged, oh I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people You can lose sight of it all. The darkness inside you can make you feel so small. Show me a smile then. Don't be unhappy. Can't remember when last saw you laughing. This world makes you crazy, and you've taken all you can bear. Just call me up, 'cause I will always be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. Oh, like a rainbow. Oh, can't remember when last saw you laughing. Ooh, this world makes you crazy, and you've taken all you can bear. Just call me up, 'cause I will always be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. Whoa, like a rainbow.
So I'm sitting here with tears in my eyes, and thank you, Alex. And I think to myself, on a human level, I'm so proud to be in a community where a gay man and a straight man can both come here on a Sunday wearing a pink shirt, and it's okay. So I'd like to introduce our featured speaker this morning. I just talked to her very briefly before the service, and I really admire her. I mean, you know, this was a last-minute deal, and to me, it takes a lot of courage to come up and give a talk on such short notice. As I was speaking to her, she told me about, this is actually her second time speaking. She had been here in 2018 and given a talk. And one of the reasons that she was so willing to do this is she shared with me what a generous and giving community we are. And for her, this is her chance now to give back to the community. So would you please welcome Meridith Little.
Is it on? Oh, yeah. Woo! Okay. I think the first thing that needs to happen today is that we should all stand up in order to prepare ourselves for the week ahead. Now stand up, and what we're going to do is we're going to shake off any excuses we have for not being present to our magnificence. So shake it off. Go, get rid of that dust. Woo! You really are who we say you are. Thank you. All right. I want to welcome those people who are here for the first time. This may be the spiritual home that you're looking for. So come on down. We have several offerings throughout the week with Reverend Jonathan. Give us a shot. I want to acknowledge Reverend Jonathan this morning. His commitment to our community is stellar. His offerings throughout the week will lift you up when you feel wobbly, and they will move you forward if you feel spiritually stuck. And personally, each Sunday that I'm here and he's at that back door, I can honestly say, I walk up to him and I say, Jonathan, you fed me this week. And sometimes it's a banquet, and sometimes it's a feast that lasts the whole week long. Do you feel the same way? Amen. Yeah. When Jonathan asked me to step up and deliver the message today, I was delighted to be here with you. And he wanted me to keep it on the topic of imagination. So I'm going to do that. I got out my 3-inch thick Webster's Dictionary, and I looked up imagination, and it was 6 inches long. So I'm only going to read this. Are you ready? Yes. From the Middle English and the Middle French and from the Latin, I have to phonetically. Imaginito, imaginatus, T-U-S, past participle. Imaginaria, to imagine. An act or process of forming a conscious idea or mental image of something never before wholly perceived by the imaginer, who is you and I. So, Emily Cady said in her book, which is available over in the bookstore, Lessons in Truth, plug, we talk to God, that is prayer. God talks to us, that is inspiration. Oh, don't you love that? I say inspiration enlivens imagination. After more than a year of hearing Envision a World Awakens to Its Magnificent, I was able to let it in. When I first heard that, it sounded so overwhelming, and I'm such an egotist, I thought I was the one who had to do it. And that really kept me separate from it. So last week, when I went home, Jonathan got into my head last week, I'll tell you that he did. And I wrote on a little piece of paper, awaken, yada, yada, folded the paper and put it on top of the microwave. I want to see it. I want it to be the reality I live in now. Why didn't I put it on a sticky on the bathroom mirror? Because I spend most of my time in the kitchen, so the next time you write yourself a note, put it where you're going to see it. So if this is my reality, therefore, I must believe that our world is in the process of becoming magnificent. It is in the evolution of becoming. Not just the physical planet, but all of her beings, the fish, the turtles, the trees, the butterflies, the birds, the cats, the rivers, the seas, the ocean, everything. Who watches PBS? You've seen the origination of the planet, right? It's always evolving. It's always in the process of becoming. So if we are in magnificence now, then more magnificence is going to manifest, and we have to help it along. All of it, everything, everywhere is in the process of becoming. Do you know what I mean? Yes. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes. So we as a world are not yet fully cooked. We are not yet done. Look at the vast past, and you will see the evidence of our evolution. Right? Say yes. Yeah, okay. Right. And you know, it isn't a straight line to the highest and the best. Remember that we are the ones who define highest and best. When you were 30, highest and best isn't what it was when you were 50. Nor is it what it is now that you're not 50. As I behold a world awakening to its magnificence, that includes those who would do me harm. You can't let anything escape. It would include those I'm not fond of. My neighbor, 4 doors down. It includes all of humanity, and our world is shrinking. You or I can be anywhere on this planet in 24 to 48 hours. We can be at the very tip top of the globe. We can be at the very, very bottom of the globe. Our world is shrinking. We are closer together. We have an idea of what is happening in other countries, in other small communities. Do you know that I went to China in 2011. It was a little while ago. And when we were out in the fields, the rice paddies, the fields, if you told one of those farmers that they were one of the greatest powers on the planet, they wouldn't even believe you or know what you're talking about. They were so into that small community. They were so focused on survival. They were there doing what it is that they'd done for generations. We, on the other hand, got to go see that. We know what's happening. It's pretty glorious, don't you think, the possibilities? You know what Buddhists say about impermanence? Anyone? The disturbing notion of impermanence is impermanence. So what is magnificent about our world today is going to be expanded and changed and shifted. Do you know there was a year called 1522? There was a year called 1522. And there is going to be a year called 2522. And you can be a part of what makes that happen. Collective consciousness. Are you with me? Yeah, amen. Thank you. Myrtle Fillmore said, nature is surely the glorified face of God. See the beauty around you and see the manifestation of the infinite mind, the mind that you are a part of, not separate from. No different than the fragrance of a flower. You cannot take the fragrance out. You cannot take that connectedness out of you. It's there. But sometimes we turn our back on it, wouldn't you say? Okay. I don't want anybody falling asleep. When someone plants a tree, there is the most likely possibility that they will not sit under its shade, nor will they gather the fruit from the tree. The point is to plant the tree for the benefit of all, including your own joy in planting the tree. What else are you going to do between the time you're here and the time you're not? Yeah. Plant trees, plant seeds, give voice. I have been cutting Molly's hair for the last few months. Hi, Molly. I finished her haircut, swept up the hair. I knelt down next to her, and we were face to face, eye to eye. Molly, I asked, what do you believe is your purpose on earth? And Molly said, without hesitation, without a moment of thought, without breaking eye contact, I believe I'm here to raise the vibration of the planet. And so are you. And now we've been given permission to someone who voiced it. All right. Where is she going to go next? Oops. Keeping that in mind, let's move into our mind and our imagination. Everything you see is a thought, an inspiration that was envisioned by someone whose imagination was fired up enough to make a thing or to do a thing. Now, how many times have you awoken in the morning and said to yourself, oh my God, that's such a good idea? And 6 months later, there's that good idea, the Ronco pencil sharpener on television. That was my idea. Not unlike what Jonathan said to us last week about his fairy tale musical for children that was produced by someone else. That's the cosmic connected consciousness of all of us. Follow along. A young cave woman is sitting in front of her cave, perhaps nursing her baby. She stretches out her legs and taps a round stone that begins to roll down the slope in front of her. Maybe she taps another round stone and watches it roll down the slope. She contemplates that. Her imagination, her consciousness are open and inspired. And maybe that was how we got the wheel. Yeah. We don't know if that's how it happened. It could have happened that way, but we certainly can imagine the process now, can't we? Yeah. Someone is slicing a hard-boiled egg in the kitchen, and a thought occurs to them that there should be something that can slice the egg all at once and hold it together, and I'm going to sell that contraption on TV. Who has one? All right. My dear ones, you practice envisioning and imagining every day, all day long. You plan a vacation. You envision it. You imagine it. This is what humans do. So how easy it will be to imagine a world and, by extension, create a world awakened to its magnificence. Now, let that sink in. I shocked myself when I wrote it, because that makes me responsible, not as burden or shame, but as an awareness. I might not always give, and as a matter of fact, I rarely give to the homeless on the corner. What I do, though, is I offer up a prayer and I connect my humanity to theirs. Oh my God, you're someone's little boy. What happened? Oh my God, you're someone's little girl. What happened? And try to put out some surrounding positivity around that individual. Emily Dickinson said, I love this, the soul should always stand ajar, ready to welcome the ecstatic experience. So we're going to take a few minutes now, and we're going to settle in, and this is going to be a very quiet few minutes of a guided meditation. So I'm not going to guide you too much, so go ahead and get yourself comfortable. Close your eyes if you like. I'll be the one keeping track of the time. There will be a chime sounded 3 times at the end. What we're going to do, what you're going to do, is you're going to envision and imagine the world around you, the world that you live in, your everyday life, expanded, magnificent, and ready to share with others. So we're going to begin now. Hold yourself in this space. You're creating. This is the time to remember that you must not allow anyone to turn your sky into a ceiling. This is a time when you can have the mission of speaking to your family and friends in a gentle way about all the magnificence that you see around you. You will be the beacon of light. Namaste.
You're a tough act to follow, Meredith. Alex Lionheart.
May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light deep within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on.
Thank you, Alex. I'd like to ask Ross Boehm, who's a member of our board, to come up and say a little something during our time of giving. Ross has a couple of actual announcements to let us all know about. Ross, would you stand in front of the microphone?
Oh, okay. You want them to hear me? Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And the message about imagination reminds me of conceiving a wonderful world, a world of magnificence, a world of attitude and acceptance. And I pretty much live by that, and I hope some of you do too. A couple of things that have happened in the last week. I was up on the roof this morning. I don't know if anybody heard me tramping around. But to verify that the painters were done with the exterior painting, and they are. So with the exterior painting and the roof replacement, hopefully we won't have any leaks for several years through our roof. And I see there's a repair I need to do inside here, so I'll be working on that. It costs some money, and the pledge we did for the roof repairs has paid for part of the painting. But we need a little more to take care of the painting for the painting. So I hope you'll all chip in. The ways to give are in your pamphlet, so you can look at that and figure it all out, and we appreciate all you do.
Thank you, Ross. There's several ways that we can share our gifts in this community. Check, cash. My preference is homemade chocolate chip cookies, but you can go over to the bookstore if you want to use a credit card. You can also text Unity Tucson to 73256. And if you take what you're going to put in the basket today, if you're an automatic giver, we have cards that you can, in the back of the chairs that you can hold. And hold it over your heart and share this statement with me. I share this gift with love, conscious of the inner presence as the lavish source and substance of my supply. I am rooted in that this gift blesses Unity of Tucson, and I trust in its ever-present circulation, knowing its blessings return to me. And so it is. And once again, Alex Lionel.
I celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. The love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. I celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. I celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. The love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself.
So I invite you to join me in prayer. Just recognizing the oneness that is right here, right now, that oneness from which we can never be separate, that divine presence that is always giving, the source of all good. And so I bless these contributions today, knowing that they flow through that continuous flow, infinite flow of good. Knowing that as we accept in these blessings and release them to the imaginaria, that they increase and bless each and every one of us, both past, present, and future, knowing that it is expanding in our good in this community, in each and every individual, and in our collective community of the greater Tucson, the greater world. And so just accepting this and knowing it is so. Amen.
Thank you, Ruth. the magnificent Ruth Starwell. Okay, we have some announcements today, and I'm going to go a little out of order. Tough luck, Reverend, but I got the mic, so. Anita, would you come up? My wife, Anita Summers, has an announcement to make about the library, and she's going over to the social area right after the service, so I'm going to put her up first.
So until this moment, this is not a rhetorical question, show of hands. How many of you had no idea we have a library here? We have a library here. If you're walking back towards the parking lot, the second door if you go past the bookstore, turn in that door, and you turn to the right instead of the left. You don't want to go to the bookstore, turn the other way. There's a drinking fountain, the prayer room, and a little library. So about 8 weeks ago, Jonathan mentioned he was hoping somebody would volunteer to reorganize, to renovate the library, and that's my jam. So I jumped at the chance, and Kathy Brandon jumped in also. So we have gotten rid of over 30 boxes of books that were over 30 years old, most of which had never even been checked out. We've completely cleaned the space, completely different energy, and now we have a lot of empty shelf space. So if anyone wants to donate gently used books for the library, we would be delighted to have them. There's a little wooden cabinet there. You can set the books on top, and I'm going to be getting boxes in. So you can just put them in boxes, but we would really appreciate your donations. And we will have a grand opening soon-ish, whenever we're done with all that. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. Okay, so bears in the chairs, you see them on both sides of the stage here. Please, if you feel so inclined, donate an unwrapped stuffed animal. We donate these to Aviva Children's Services to support children in the care of the Department of Child Safety. Membership orientation, I know we just had one a couple months ago, but we have so many new people coming in. So Reverend Jonathan is going to have a membership orientation class June 25th at 10 a.m. You can fill out your application ahead of time at unitytucson.com. Unitix Happy Hour this week meets at Scordado's at 4911 North Stone Avenue. Next week is kind of a special week. Just as we did for Mother's Day, we're going to have a Father's Day shared meal. So there's a sign-up list out in the front entry. Molly would be glad to help you with that. We'd love to have your donation, and we'd really love to have your participation. July 4th, a cookout, hot dogs and hamburgers. Bring a dish to share. Now, we know it's going to be a little warm, but, you know, that's just the way it is in Tucson. We also ask that you bring a folding chair, and you'll be able to enjoy the view of the fireworks. Our prayer chaplains today are Meridith Nebecker and Ruth Starwell. If you need a moment of miraculous prayer, and see each one of them after the service. So, the long list of people we need to thank today. First of all, it's not on the list, but I'd like to thank Reverend Jonathan for letting us, and I don't mean just the people that came up here, but the people standing out there to show our magnificence today. He's at the Unity National Conference, so thank you so much, Reverend Jonathan. Our technical crew, Don, Tyler, and Carrie Mon. Our keeper of the flame, Winnell Waters. Today's prayer chaplains, Mirta Nebecker and Ruth Starwell. Ross Bain for giving up during our sharing time. Alexander Lionheart, who provided some amazing vocals today. Meridith Little, who blew my socks off today. Thank you so much. Yeah, you can come back anytime. And every week, Jonathan doesn't have this on here, but again, he likes to live dangerously, so he gave me the microphone. There's one group that we especially honor every week, and this week I'd like the band, as best as you can, to stand up. And thank you so much for your service. I'd also like to thank everybody that was in the rooms. I know some people didn't show up because they knew Reverend Jonathan wasn't going to be here today. Boy, did they miss out. Okay, so to complete our time here today, we'd like to say together our prayer of divine awareness. This should also be in your handout. So if you would join me. I am infinite light. I am infinite love. I am infinite power. I am infinite presence. Wherever God is, I am. Wherever I am, God is. And so it is. Amen. Thank you, warriors. Alexander.
So big and loud, I jumped so high, I touched the clouds. Whoa. I stretched my hands up to the sky, we danced with monsters through the night. Whoa. I'm never gonna look back, whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No, please don't wake me now. Ooh, ooh, this is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. Ooh, ooh, this is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. Ooh, 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 ooh. I howled at the moon with friends, and then the sun came crashing in. Whoa. But all the possibilities, no limits, just epiphanies. Whoa. I'm never gonna give it back. Whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No, just don't wake me now. Ooh, this is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. Ooh, ooh, this is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. Ooh, 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 ooh. I hear it calling outside my window, I feel it in my soul. The stars were burning so bright, the sun was out till midnight. I say we lose control. Ooh, ooh, this is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. Ooh, ooh, this is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. Everything is looking up, everybody up now. Ooh, ooh, this is gonna be the best day of my life, my life. Thank you.